Hi friends, welcome to Golconda Academy. I welcome you all for the second session on English grammar on this platform. You all are watching me live now on our Golconda YouTube channel. Yesterday, we have discussed the topic called tenses. Now, tenses, I think till present perfect tense we discussed, if I remember correctly. Let's continue from there. Yeah. So this was the last topic that we discussed yesterday. Present perfect tense. So present perfect tense is used to explain about any action that completed very recently. Any task which is completed in the recent past, to express such an action, we will use present perfect tense. An action that is completed recently, I told you, I gave a keyword to remember it as just completed action. Okay, just completed action. Okay, any action which is completed in the recent past is expressed in present perfect tense. So see here the syntax. I told you the most important thing is subject plus have or has plus V3. By looking at this structure called has or have plus V3, you come to a conclusion that it is present perfect tense. So come on, see the examples. Kadali has written a book. Kadali is a writer and she wrote a book. So our intention is to say that Kadali has just completed writing her book. Okay, look at the next one. The syntax, the meaning, and the activity which is done very recently. We have eaten our lunch. Okay, if I have to say, we have eaten our lunch or our dinner, whatever, just a while ago. I have watched a movie. I have watched a movie. So when you use present perfect tense, I told you there is no necessity of mentioning time. You just say you have done something, that is enough. Okay. Now the fourth type, the fourth category in present tense is present perfect continuous tense. Come on, all of you note down the syntax first. A tense is said to be present perfect continuous tense if it has subject plus has or have plus been plus V1ing and object. Any sentence, if it has this structure, this syntax, then you immediately come to a conclusion that it is a present perfect continuous tense. Right? Are you following me? Take down in your notes. Any present perfect continuous tense should follow this format. Now come to here. I have given you the definition. It is used to denote an action that started in the past and continuing till now in the present also. What is the meaning of it? You start some action in the past and that action is continuing even today, even now, even today, even at this point in time also. For example, I have been working in this company since 1947. What is the meaning of it? I have started working for that company in the year 1947 and I am continuing even today. In that sense, to talk about such scenario, we will use present perfect continuous tense. Okay. So now let's take some examples. Let's discuss some examples to get more clarity. I told you, once you attend my classes carefully, you don't need any other notes, any other book also. Even for the exam purpose, I will give questions. I will give curated special questionnaire and I'll also provide explanations to you all. Never worry about this English grammar when it comes to group 2 exam, because I have selected those topics which are highly probable, and by analyzing a previous year question papers as well, I have designed these codes in such a way that you just follow this, you understand and you practice whatever I say, that will be more than sufficient. You don't need to go for any other book in the market also, because I will be giving these handouts. I will also provide doubts if you have, if any, okay, on the same day itself, right? So see here, the examples for present perfect continuous tense: they have been working in the field since morning. I told you some activity should start in the past. So when they started working in the morning. So what are they doing now? They started in the morning. Okay, they started working in the morning, and the task of working is still continuing. So they have been working in the field since morning. Let's take one more example. I have been teaching you for an hour. What does it mean? I have started teaching you an hour ago and I am continuing this now. How long will I continue? You don't know. I just said I have started some work and that work is in progression now. In such sense, you will use this present perfect continuous tense. So I started teaching and I'm continuing the task of teaching. Hence, this is I have been teaching you for an hour falls under present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so now see the next example. She has been living in Hyderabad since 2022. So she is a person started living in Hyderabad and even now she is in Hyderabad only. Okay, so that is what present perfect continuous tense. So now to conclude all these present tenses, as I told, syntaxes are very, very important to identify if it is present tense. Also remember, in present tense, you won't use V2. The verb to form will never come. V3 comes if it is perfect. Okay, let's recall all the syntaxes once. So see, to call it as simple present, okay, any simple present. Tell me the syntax. You all have already learnt what is simple present and its usage also in yesterday's class. In great detail, we talked about. So I'm just recollecting for you. Syntax is you should have subject, okay, you should have V1 plus object. This is the syntax for simple present. Now the second category, present continuous. You should mug up this syntax. There is no other go. Okay, you have to mug up, you have to keep this syntax in your brain to identify which tense is this. Of course, if someone asks you, you know what is simple present now. Any generic statement, any habitual action, any statement of specific importance, we will express that statement in simple present. Like that, you know all the definitions, but to identify at one go, you have to remember the syntax of it. Now see, present continuous. Second category we talked about is present continuous tense. So present continuous tense syntax is, come on, tell me, subject plus, okay, am or is according to the subject you take, you have to consider the helping verb. Okay, am or is or are plus v1 ing, v1 plus ing, which is said to be fourth form of the verb plus object. This is your present continuous tense. She is listening to me. They are attending my session. We are going to Delhi. So likewise, we discussed examples as well. Now next see, present perfect tense. What is present perfect tense? Any just completed action is expressed in present perfect. Okay, come on. I'm just recollecting the syntaxes for you. Never forget this syntax. Okay. So what is the syntax? Subject plus has or have plus V3 verb form 3 plus object. Okay. She has written a letter to me. We have attended the movement class yesterday. Okay, sorry, yesterday should not come. We have attended movement class. She has gone to America. They have understood the topic. So likewise, you can take any number of examples provided you follow this syntax. Next comes present perfect continuous tense that we just discussed. Present perfect continuous tense. Okay, what is the example? Rama has been loving Sita since time immemorial. Like that, you can take any example provided you remember the syntax. Subject plus has or have plus been plus v1ing plus object. Okay, this is present perfect continuous tense to talk about an action which started in the past and it is continuing even today. Are you clear? So this is about present tense in total. Now see, I told you in present tense we will get either v1 and v3 and we never get v2. Okay, v2 should not be seen. For example, if I see a sentence like she say spoke to me in Tamil, so straight away you should say, because you observed v2 here, speak is v1, spoke is v2, spoken is v3, and speaking is v4. So I said she spoke to me in Tamil. Because it is not v1 and v3, it is v2. This sentence is past tense. Which past we will talk about it, but it is not present tense. So what am I trying to tell you here? In present tense, you will never get v2. Verb form 2 will not be there in present tense. If it is there, it will immediately become past. Okay. Now see here. Something important. Look at this. I am a singer. I am a singer. Can you tell me which tense is this? Look at this. Subject is there, but you are not finding any main verb. So remember, whenever there is no main verb in the sentence, the supporting verb, the helping verb itself will be treated as main verb. I told you already, you cannot write a single sentence without taking a help of verb. So verb must be there in the sentence to call it as a sentence. So now in this, what is the verb? The helping verb am itself is main verb for me. So now tell me, I am a singer. Subject is there. Subject is there. Am, this should be treated as verb, main verb, because there is no main verb here. So this is v1 for me. Okay, am is v1 and am is exclusively used for I only. You can't say you am or they am. Am is used only for I. So that is a compulsory and it has to be remembered. So if am is v1, what is v2 for am? It should be was. Okay, so you just remember like that. I am a singer. So singer is object, obviously. So this is following the structure of subject, v1 and object. What does it mean? This is simple present tense. Am I clear? To identify, this is simple present. So by default, you should understand one thing, that it is v1. So it should be present tense only. Am I clear? Let me take one more example. She has a car, suppose. Which car we don't know, but she has a car. Now tell me, in this also, if you observe carefully, there is no main verb. When there is no main verb, the has should be treated as verb. Now tell me, this is subject, This should be V1 and object. She is owning something called car. She has a car is as good as she owns a car. Okay. Now, so she has a car, she is possessing that car with her now. We don't know if she is the owner of that car or not. If you have to say, you may say she owns a car. If you say she owns a car, then she is the owner of that car. Very clear? Even this is also own plus a singular form of verb. So it is simple present. Are you clear? Now, what is the difference between has and have? Always remember, you will use has. Okay, once for all I will clear this. Listen to me carefully. You will use has if the noun is singular, the supporting noun is singular. Okay, she has. If it is they have a car, so you will use have for plural noun. You consider this as plural, provided I is an exception. If you have I is always an exception. So you say I have only. Okay, I though it is singular, I have only. You say I have, we have, okay, they have, plurals. I will give you detailed notes also. Don't worry about it. Just try to focus here. So I takes plural form of verb only. Okay. You never say I has. It is like blunder. You say I have. So we have, they have. If it is she has, or he has. Are you following? So for now, understand has is singular, have is plural form of verb. Okay. Now, so this is all about present tense. So let's go for next past tense. Simple past. So this is the fifth type of tense in past, in the order of tenses. We have talked about four types in present tense. Now next four in past and remaining four in future. So total 12 different types we will discuss. Now see here, simple present. Any past activity, sorry, simple past. Any past activity is explained in simple past tense. Example, Rama married to Sita. I wrote a letter. She went to Delhi. So, like that, if you have subject and a V2 and object in its syntax, then you can name it as simple past. Immediately focus upon the syntax. Definition, it's okay, you can frame in your own words. Okay. English is such a language. If you understood the concept, you can write its definition. Okay. See, I wrote it in simple words. It describes any past event or activity. You understood? Simple past tense describes any past event or activity. Let's take examples, but before that, focus on syntax. You should have subject. Okay. You should have subject. You should have V2 like this in short, and object. Subject should be there, V2 should be there, and object should be there. Then we call it as simple past tense. Now look at this. We came to Delhi last night. We. Yes, subject is there. Came. Came is V2. You know the verb forms? Come, V1. Came, V2. V3 is also come only, and you know V4 anyway coming. V1, V2, V3. This is a very basic thing that you have to learn, that you have to be very clear with. So we came to Delhi when? Last night. Last night, last evening, last year. These are some keywords to identify that it is simple past tense. There will be some keywords as well to recognize. Okay, now see, she wrote a letter. She, subject, wrote. V2, verb 2. What are the other forms? Write is V1, wrote. Following? Wrote is V2. Written. Okay, I think we discussed this yesterday as well. Written and writing. These things you must be very clear. Next, NTR acted in a movie. Act, acted, acted, acting, the other verb forms. So this is about simple past. Simple past is used to describe any past event or activity. Any past event or any past activity is explained, is expressed using with the help of simple past tense. Example, by considering this syntax, you can frame of your own choice examples. For example, say, I drove a car. Look at this. Subject is there. Drive, drove, driven. V2 is there. Okay. She attended. She attended a party. Not my class. She attended a party. They went to Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. PM Modi warned all the terrorists across the globe. All the terrorists across the globe. Look at this. You have subject, warned, warned, warning. Modi warned all the terrorists across the globe. So this is your object. So remember, subject is known, V2 is there, and object is there. So with this, you are very clear now that these are the examples for simple past tense. Am I clear? Let's move on to the next. That is past continuous tense. What is past continuous tense? Any activity that was in some time ago and it was continuation. Look at this. Just to understand the definition, if any action was in continuation in the past, then past continuous tense is used to talk about any action which was in progression in the past. We should use past continuous tense. So I told you, first jump onto the syntax. What is syntax? Subject plus was or were plus v1 ing plus object. Most important, you should have subject, you should either have was or were as a helping verb, v1 ing and object. Look at the examples. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you all to attend or to catch me live on YouTube. Look at this. I was helping verb. I is the subject. V1 ending and object. Okay. So it is perfectly following the syntax. So it is past continuous tense. Now look at this. They were cooking biryani. They. So see, was is in singular sense. Were is its plural. Right? So they is noun, pronoun here, which is subject. They is subject. Were cooking biryani. Okay, cooked cooking biryani. She was singing a song. She subject was V1 ing and object. So this is how we will use past continuous tense. So let's write few more examples. Okay. So always remember the syntax. Subject plus was or were. Okay. Was or were plus V1 ing. V1 plus ing plus object. This is what past continuous tense syntax. So come on, tell me. Ramu was swimming in the pool. So Ramu was swimming in the pool. And remember, object is not so important for us. I told you what is important. Verb is important and subject is important. Object is not so important in every sentence. For example, if I close this also, Ramu was swimming, it makes sense. Where he is swimming? At his pool or in some private pool or anywhere, we don't know. We don't have to know. Just our intention is to express that Ramu was swimming. Okay, swimming maybe in his own pool, wherever. Right? Next. Take some other name. Nagesh was discussing a business proposal with me, with you or whoever. Nagesh is a subject. What is he doing? He was discussing a business proposal, a business deal. You got it? Subject, was or were, V1ing and object. After having attended my classes with patience, you will get crystal clear clarity about what the tenses and the other topics as well. Okay? You are supposed to listen carefully, frame examples along with me. Still, if you have any doubts, any clarifications, you are more free to ask. But first, while I am explaining, pay your full attention here. Okay, let's take few more examples. Say, Sri Leela was acting. So I'm only bothered about my syntax. Subject can be anything. Acting can be, the action can be anything. So Sri Leela was acting in a movie. Okay, so like that you can frame n number of examples if you know the syntax. That what I'm trying to explain here is the importance of memorizing that syntax. Okay, this is all about simple past tense. Hope I'm clear. Let's move on to the next. Next is past perfect tense. Sorry. Yeah, look at this. What is past perfect tense? It is used to denote an action that was completed a long time ago in the past. Again, past perfect tense is such a tense which is used to express an action, talk about an action which has happened very long time ago. For example, Mahatma Gandhi had written his autobiography when in 1948. He was alive till 1948 only. So I'm about to tell you an action, regarding an action which happened very long time ago. So in that manner, in that sense, we will use past perfect tense. You understand the tense, you also understand where to use that tense to write which type of sentence, which type of discussion, or what topic we are talking about, and right topic, right sentence in, and its right usage is very important. If I use past perfect tense, in my mind I should be very clear that I'm talking about something which was happened very long ago. Now look at this, the syntax of it. As I told you, the most important thing is subject plus had plus v3 plus object. If you come across this syntax, then make sure that it is past perfect tense. Okay, subject plus had plus v3 plus object. Now see, yeah, I think I wrote a similar example. Mahatma Gandhi had given a lecture in the seminar hall. So one thing you keep it in your mind, to understand past perfect tense, think of something has happened very long ago. In how long, you don't have to measure it. In your mind, in your opinion, if you are thinking to talk about something which has happened very long ago, in that sense you have to use past perfect tense. If I say Mahatma Gandhi had given a lecture in the seminar hall, in my mind it has happened very long ago. How long, you don't have to, maybe 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1000 years ago, whatever, but in your mind it should be very long ago. Some students will ask doubts like, sir, what if I say Mahatma Gandhi had given a lecture in 2024? Yeah, it is very much possible, because for you, the 2024, you are thinking very long back. If you compare 2024 with 2025, so 2025 is very recent. Or if you compare months also, it is same. So one thing you have to understand, you will use past perfect tense to talk about something which has happened long time ago. Okay, am I clear? Let me take one more example here. See, I had taught a lesson to her in 1947. You understood this? I had taught a lesson to her in 1947. Means what? The activity of teaching her a lesson completed when? In 1947, very long ago, maybe in my last birth. Have you followed? So to talk about any action which has happened long time ago, we have to use past perfect tense only. Now I have written something note for you. See here, if there are two actions taking place, if there are two actions taking place in the past, the first completed action should be expressed in past perfect, and the following action should be there in simple past. Carefully see here, observe here. If two activities, if two actions take place in the past, if two actions take place in the past, the first completed action must be in the past perfect. Of course, there will be some time gap, there will be some time difference between those two activities. Then the first completed action should always be there in past perfect, and the following action should be in simple past. Okay, I'll give some example for that to make it more clear. I told you, listen to me carefully. If two actions take place in the past, first completed action of the two should be expressed in past perfect tense, and the following action should be expressed in the second action of the two should be expressed in simple past tense. So see, let me take an example. I had okay I had written I had written a story when they arrived. When they arrived. You following? Once again, look at this. I told you, you have to use past perfect tense, and of the two actions, whatever taking place first should be in past perfect. Of the two actions, whatever is taking place first should be in past perfect. I had written a story when they arrived. Okay, when they arrived my home, when they arrived at some location. Okay, so of these two, first written activity, first completed action is writing story. After completion of that story, they arrived. Okay, okay. There is another example. Let me take one more example. That the say the plane, the aeroplane the aeroplane had already left before we arrived the, before we are digging deep into the core grammar, all of you focus here carefully. The aeroplane had already left before we arrived the airport. You following? Of these two actions, what has happened first? This, the aeroplane. The aeroplane left first. After that, we arrived the airport. Means we were late to airport. We were late to airport, and aeroplane has left before we reached there. That means the first done activity in this past is expressed in past perfect, and the followed activity, see, we arrived, see, we subject plus v2 plus object. Okay, very seemingly this is simple past. So means now you can conclude like this: when there are two actions, first completed action, first completed, first got over, whatever, first finished action should be in past perfect. Okay, you can just make a simple note, and followed by the next action, whatever the next followed action should be in what? Simple past. Okay, this is one important combination. They will give you some sentence. In sentence correction, this type of combination may be given. He gives the aeroplane had already left before they had arrived. He will give like that. So you should identify that that's a combination of two activities which had happened in the past. So first completed action should be in past perfect. The next action should be in simple past. First completed action, past perfect. Next action, simple past. Okay, this is what you have to remember. You can generate more number of examples by applying the same logic that I explained to you now. Okay, so now next, hope I am clear to you all. Let's go to the next. Next is, this is the eighth type, which is the last type in past tense. So past perfect continuous tense. So see here, past perfect continuous tense is used to talk about an action that started in the past and finished in the past only after continuing for some time. This action was in progress in the past only for some time. To express such an activity, we will use past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense. Anyway, never about the definition, just immediately jump to the syntax. What is syntax? Subject plus had plus been plus v1ing plus object. If you see, there is a comparison to this to present perfect continuous as well. There we have used had or have, has or have plus been plus v1ing. Here only had, because remember, if it is has or have, these two will take past form as had only. That's why there is no had in the past tense. There is no has in the past tense. Has or have should not come in the past tense. So to replace has or have, to convert it into past, should use had only. Are you following? So subject plus had plus been plus v1ing plus object. This is the syntax for past continuous tense. Now see, I had been waiting for Sri Leela since Sunday. Did she arrive? We don't know. But when I started waiting for Sri Leela since Sunday, means what? Some activity was in progression. So now means that a task got completed. Sri Leela might have not arrived, and the task of waiting for her got finished. But I mean to say that activity was in progress in some time ago. How? So when I started waiting for her Sunday, means I might have waited till last minute or till yesterday, till day before yesterday. But the task of waiting for her was in progress. Hope I am clear to you all. The activity which was in progress and it was in continuation for some time in the past, to express such activities, to talk about such actions, we will use past perfect continuous tense. Okay, read this again. I had been waiting for Sri Leela since Sunday. Look at the next sentence. We had been playing cricket for 5 years. You got it? We had been playing cricket for 5 years. Means the activity of playing was there in continuation for 5 years. Which 5 years? In past 5 years, maybe 2015 to 2020, or say 1945 to 1950, whatever. So I am talking about such an action which was there in progression in the past. Okay, that past depends like how long it was. Got it? The past activity in progress is expressed in past perfect continuous tense. I repeat the definition. All of you focus here. This tense, which tense? Past perfect continuous tense is used to talk about an action that started in the past and finished in the past only after continuing for some time. It started in the past, continued for some time, and got finished over. Then only we call it as past perfect continuous tense. I repeat this example. I had been waiting for Sri Leela since Sunday. What does it mean? The task of waiting is over. I had waited for some time, and that waiting period has been ended. That is why I used past perfect continuous tense. I had been waiting for Sri Leela since Sunday. Am I clear? Next, we had been playing cricket for 5 years. Okay, the task